Hello, welcome back to Crochet Creations and another vlog type video. So I started doing these because I did them in July and I really enjoyed doing them this way. So this is a beginning of a project video. They will be saved and I will loop them all together. So when you see it, it will be most likely a finished item. So the next up on the agenda out of this textured baby crochet book is this sweater. So this is called the Jasmine sweater, and it is a pullover. And here is my thought. This will be the first time that I do this, and I'm sure it will not be the last time. It is calling for a 3 light, and the hook size is a G. I am going to do the exact hook size and weight of yarn that they call for the first time I do it. If I do it again, I might change that, but for the first time, let's do that. So the yarns that I picked out this time are not going to be the same kind of yarns. I had a video a couple weeks ago, and it showed a bunch of yarn that I had gotten from Yarnable, and it showed some corresponding type yarns that I thought would go good with them. And I went to the comments and I saw that a lot of choices would be to mix this Yarnable with this I Love This yarn. So that's my choice for this outfit, or this sweater anyway. Now here's what I was told, that I might not want to mix my Yarnable, which has superwash merino in it, and an acrylic. However, I'm going to do it anyway because I want to see how it goes, and I want to see how it washes, etc. So now, if you were using a superwash merino and you could wash it, it probably wouldn't be too bad. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this all the way up and read what it says inside. It says, to keep your finished objects looking their best, hand wash with cold water and lay flat. Now, nothing says we can't hand wash our I Love This yarn. So, getting some advice from Miss Carrie Penny, which I certainly am glad to hear her. She didn't advise me not to mix them. She advised me to use the more delicate way of washing it to keep the item looking better longer, and that's exactly what the superwash merino yarn advises. That doesn't mean you cannot wash it in the washer. So again, once you make something and gift it, it's out of your hands anyway. If the person's going to put it in the dryer, there's nothing you're going to do about it. So again, I'm going to mix the yarns. Now my plan is to use the main color as the Yarnable, and then use the purple for the contrasting color. And we're all just going to enjoy and see how it works up. And I'm going to do it again and again, I'm sure, because I have other Yarnables and I wanted to use them. And so I'm going to put this down into my Snoopy bag, and it will stay in there until the end of the project. And then I will probably start that tonight. So again, I will be back with some, I will show you as the project goes on, and I will save these videos. So I'll talk to you again soon. I'm going to have a real quick update of the purple and green sweater. We talked about it a couple days ago. It is the Yarnable from the September 23. Yeah. Anyway, so here's the beginning of the sweater. So I started with the purple. This is the I love this yarn, lightweight. And I did the first, I believe there are 4 rows of the collar, and then changed to the Yarnable. So we have the bobbles, which are the textured pattern in this book. So I'm getting going here. I started another row, and this is the row where you break for the sleeves. So we've already gone quite a few. So I'll be back with another update in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I came on here real quick before I went any farther to show you that as I started the body, I got to the decreases, because this pattern actually slants here at the sides, and as I got to the decreases, I started running low on the Yarnable yarn. So what I did was I did one side, and with the other side of the skein of yarn, I did the other side, and I did a row on one side and one on the other until I got to the point where I couldn't, and I ran out of yarn. So as you can see, I'm attached on both sides here, and I've used every bit of my Yarnable except for that little bit. So I'm going to have to start with the purple before I'm actually done with the body, and to get to the edging, which is fine. I just wanted to show you before I cut this and started with the purple. So now what's going to happen is, I was originally going to do some of the sleeve and then change to purple, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to have to start right in with the purple. So we'll see how it turns out. All right, because I'm doing the 6 to 12, the size 2 anyway, so that's why this is going to be a little bit different than I thought. So we'll get, like I said, I'm doing video as I go. Hi, welcome back. So that was a quick minute for you between each video, and now I'm down to the end, and I wanted to say how and why I did what I did. So we were talking about using the Yarnable to mix and make baby items with, because my Yarnable is one skein, and it wouldn't be enough to do the items with. So I chose this colorway, which was October, I think, 23, and this, I love this yarn to go with it. So when I was doing the body, I ran out, and I showed you where I ran out. So I had to change my idea of the bottom part so this is how I ended up finishing the bottom part. I did a little bit more of the purple, of the body with the purple, and then I did the border in purple. So it worked out just fine that way. You can't even tell, really. And then I did the sleeve. Now, I worked on the sleeve for a little while. I did it, pulled it out, did it, pulled it out, did it, pulled it out. Then I decided that I was doing something underneath the armpit wrong. So what I did was I started with a slip stitch here, and I started with one single, jumped over to one, there's no stitches really, this just chains here, and did one V-stitch, and then to the actual body and did a single, and then over to the next actual V-stitch and started. So really on the underarm, all there is one single and 2 V-stitches. So a lot of this is skipped. And if that's the case, you would fit in approximately 8 to 9 V-stitches around your sleeve for row number 1. And I can't go into any more detail about that because it is a book that you buy. I'm not giving out any pattern here. But I was just giving you an idea of how you don't have to be exact. And it tends, if you try to be exact, this tends to get too bulky under here. So skipping around and grabbing the edges and just putting that makes it for a cleaner edge here. And that's why I said it took it 2 or 3 times to do that. And then I decided on how long I wanted the sleeve to actually be. Now, a lot of your sweaters with a long sleeve are going to get into this section. And this section means in the mouth. So I try not to do too many baby sweaters with a sleeve as long as their whole entire arm. Plus, if you do a mid-arm sleeve, then if it's too hot, it gives them a little bit of room for air. In other words, it's not so so hot that it's, So I'm on my last row. I didn't do as much as they said. I only did 6 rows. And then I started my cuff. And my cuff is only 3 rows. It's the double crochet row, and then 2 of the front post, back post. And that made all of the borders be even up. It doesn't look like one's longer than the other, So that is my first attempt of mixing my Yarnable with another yarn, and just kind of, winging it and coming out with my own colors and a unique kind of sweater this way. Now I have another idea too of taking the Yarnable part and using that for the edging, and your other yarn that you're adding in for the body, So there is my finished sweater, and there we go. And I did the second size, so this is a 6 to, let me see if it actually says 6 to 9, I believe is what it says. Let me see what it says. This was this one, and it doesn't look like that quite, but it is close. It is darn close. And again, if you use the 2 fine, it'll come out different. This is a 3. They say 3 light, but again, all yarns are different, and they're going to be, some are denser than others, right? And show you that bottom. I'll be showing all of these items when I finish them in addictions videos, so you'll see them then. So what is the second size? 6 to 12, it's saying. The first size is 0 to 6. The second size is 6 to 12. Now, I'm going to say this is probably going to be 6 to 9, because my sleeves aren't going to go to a 12-year-old unless that 12-year-old or 12-month-old is a smaller baby. But again, 6 to 9 is what I am going to say my sizes. So thank you for joining me for this video. Take a moment out of each day and be creative. Talk to you later. Bye for now.